Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber.
Monday, September 5th, 11:52 a.m. UK, new Prime Minister, opportunities to invest with their currency as well as their stock index. Yep, so if you're bullish, well, then you could trade bullish side of either their currency, if you're bullish their currency, or if you're bullish their stock index. If you're bearish, also you could trade in them and profit on the downside. So if you don't have a FOREX account or a futures account to trade in those financial markets, well, there's stock ETFs you could trade on those. Those stock ETFs you could trade are bullish as well as they have bearish ones. I'll define that again. Stock ETF, if it's bullish, you want the price to go higher and you make gains. And if you sell it for gains, then it's a profit. If you think the price is going to decline, well, then you're trading the bearish stock ETF, and if prices decline, you're in gains. And you close it for gains, those are profits. Got it? Okay, let's go forward. Let's look at the pound, the British pound, sterling. And we're going to look at in pairs. On the Forex market, remember, Forex and futures required margin. You could lose more than you can make. Just kidding. Of course you could. Yeah. If you don't understand margin, study it, understand it. You can make money both sides. So these are the major pairs against the British pound we're looking at. Pairs are two currencies, one against the other. Example, British pound, US dollar, that's a pair. British pound, Japanese yen, that's a pair. So again, if you're bullish, well, you want to see the pound get stronger against the pair currency. So here, we're going to be looking at each candle represents a month, and we're looking at the longest time frame available in the data. First, we'll look at the British pound, US dollar. So here it's pound, US dollar. So here, when the prices are declining, the trend is down, that's in favor of the US dollar, and that's weaker for the pound. So currently, look, over all these years, since all the way back here, 2009, that was the high of the pound. And nearly 3 years ago, that was the low of the pound down here. Let's zoom in. Much closer to the low of the pound, which is a swing low. Yep. Just above 115 right now. So the current trend for the year is down. But if you're bullish, well, then you'd be buying. Again, you want the price to go higher. But as we look at these pairs, we're going to identify which one maybe suits you the best. Because again, you don't have to trade the British pound, US dollar. Whatever your home nation is, well, you can trade that pair. Let's go on to the next. Just remember here, we just saw this pair. It's near the low of the year. Now the pound and Japanese yen. Yep, all the way back here, 2009. Look, that was the high, and that was the low. So now we're inside that range between the high and low. Let's zoom in. Zoom in some more. So currently, pound, British yen are in a tight consolidation. Here's the low for the year. Here's the high for the year. We're between them. Plus, the candle is an inside bar. That means we didn't take out the higher low of the prior range indecision. Yeah. So this is more of a consolidation versus US dollar pound as defined as a trend. Well, again, it's going to break out of here one way or the other. And when it breaks out one way or the other, it might again consider continue an acceleration or start a new trend. Like here, inside candle broke out, new trend. So if you bought it there, nice gains. If you closed it, nice profits. Here's another one, the euro pound. There's a low for the past years. There's the high for the past years. So overall, it's pretty much in a consolidation here, even tighter consolidation now. Zoom in. Here's a low of the year. Here's the high of the year. Last month, huge green candle. Little wick on the bottom. Prior month, big red candle. So down here, it's like tweezer bottoms. I labeled it as a demand zone where buyers have been. And we know up here, the swing high, there were sellers. I labeled midpoint there. Potential trade ideas. But again, it's much more an consolidation. Whereas we saw the dollar US pound trending. The pound and US dollar were trending. So again, consolidation here. Let's go on to the next. Pound Canadian dollar. Yeah, this is some bad data feed here. That still didn't get corrected by the FOREX exchange. Shame on them. So we're zoom in. Looking here for the past 3 years, there's the high. Look at this, new low for the year. Here's the high for the year, British pound Canadian dollar. So as this is trending down, it's for strength in favor of the Canadian dollar. There's a low. Oh, again, if you think this is the bottom going to turn around, you'd be buying right here. Yep. A lot of red this year. How much lower can it go? Go a lot lower. But again, if you're anticipating, because the new prime minister, same party, just new representative, the face of that party. Are they going to bring in confidence for their currency as well as their stock index? Or if they're going to get worse, the things, well, then you'll be trading bearish. Now we're looking at the British pound, Swiss franc. Yeah, that was the high all the way back here 2009. And look at that. That was the low 2 years ago. Huge change. British pound went lower and lower. Swiss franc gaining strength. Zooming in. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for there. So we're currently at the low of the year, trending down. That's in favor of the Swiss franc. Again, do we think things are going to turn around or continue on the downside? There's a swing low. And the British pound Australian dollar. There's the low for the past years. Here's the high for the past years. So between them all, let's zoom in. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. The trend is down right now. It's also consolidation, breakdown, consolidation, breakdown, staircase pattern, lower low. Yep. So looking down here, it is trending. It broke out of this consolidation. So when we zoom into each of them, define trending consolidation. Yep. British pound, US dollar is trending. Pound yen consolidation. Euro pound consolidation. Pound Canadian dollar trending down. Pound Swiss franc trending down. And pound Aussie dollar trending down. So takeaway right off the bat, looking at here. Yeah. Opportunities in these trending periods to be making money. Whereas when it's an consolidation, you might have to sit and hold for a long time. So again, either one, just don't jump in and take a trade. No. Look for that trigger. So it's an consolidation and it breaks out this consolidation at some point. Maybe that's the new trend. Correct. Or look at here, the trend down, it paused, went green, and then it continued lower. So again, you can look for these. But again, if you think they're at the bottom or highs, and at this point it's going to reverse, well, then that's the way you're going to look for entry, just for some examples showing here. So this is just currencies. There's many more currencies against the pound. Sure, you can look at the pound Mexican peso. You can look at the pound Israel shekel, the pound, the British pound, the Cairo pound, the Egyptian pound, so many different pairs. I'm just showing you the major ones, the ones that have better liquidity, typically better spreads between the bid and ask. There's also the British UK stock index. So if you think their stock index is going to improve, you could buy their stock index. You can either buy the individual stocks in the index, or you could trade a stock ETF that represents the index. First, let's go back to the stock ETFs. The currency stock ETF, Foxtrot, X-Ray, Bravo. That's it. That's a stock ETF. So you could buy one share If you're bullish, I think it's going to go higher. One share costs $110.53. That's what it closed at last Friday. Take away here, just to let you see. Yep, it trades the same as the Forex pair, pound US dollar. Well, obviously different is they're on different exchanges. One requires margin, one doesn't. And the value size of a point tick movement is different. But again, if you don't trade Forex or futures or don't have access to that, or you could just open a broker that offers those, or you just trade the underlying stock ETF. But again, this is a stock ETF moves based on the underlying there. So that's one thing to consider. Again, this is bullish. You buy this if you're bullish. If you think it's going to go lower, well, you trade the stock ETF that trades inverse for the currency. So next, let's look at the stock index. The stock index of UK. Yep. So if you're familiar with the stock ETF, most countries have stock ETFs. And you know, in the UK, their index is, what is it, FTE 100. In the United States, we have several indexes. So we're going to open this up. Looking here, the stock ETF for max years, all the way back in 96. Yeah, a lot of movement, price action. Zooming in, there's the high of the year, there's the low of the year. So if you're bullish, the stock ETF, the stock index of the UK, $28.41 right now. If you're bearish, well, then you trade the inverse. There's a stock ETF that trades inverse that you profit on the downside for gains. Yes, there are opportunities to make money on the change of the leadership for the new UK Prime Minister. Well, some people might want to wait 1 year because typically they give the new Prime Minister, the President, 1 year to show themselves what promises they're keeping to, what policies they're rolling into. And some people take action immediately because they might be more the wiser and they've already started to place their positions before we even knew who the new one was. Those are big institutions. Plus some retails, take hedging or directional. And some are trading right now because they have an interpretation of where they think things are going to go for either the stock index or the currencies. Again, some of them will be wrong, but there's opportunities. Again, opportunities. So consider either the stock index of the UK or the currency. Do your due diligence homework. You just trade one stock share, one share. Again, identify if you're bullish or bearish, or watch them for the weeks, months ahead and see how they turn out if you made that decision, whatever you decided on the underlying. Many thanks for watching. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. If you've gotten value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on my PayPal or Venmo. You can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe and leave a comment, please.